I can't believe I won the lottery, Part 1. I couldn't believe it. I was coming home from another crappy day at work, and I decided to stop at the food mart and pick up some snacks, a few beers, and on a lark, a couple of lottery tickets. I never played the lottery. My father had always called it a stupid tax. But I'd had a bad week and figured what the hell. So imagine my shock when I watched the local news that night and saw my numbers on the screen. I was frozen. My brain literally stopped working for 2 minutes. Then it hit me. I won. I won. I immediately started jumping up and down and screaming. My husband came down to see what was going on and I couldn't even talk. I just pointed at the pause TV and at my ticket. Eventually he started screaming too. We wanted to be smart. I've seen the horror stories of people whose lives have been ruined by winning the jackpot. So we made a list of all the things you're supposed to do. Don't tell anyone. Hire a good lawyer. Take the lump sum. Stay anonymous if you're able. Don't make new friends. Don't be too generous. Find out what happens next in Part 2. After taxes, we ended up with $117 million. We tried to be responsible. We paid off the house and all of our debts. We'd always talked about retiring someplace warm, so we started looking around. We were finally living the life we'd always wanted. Our ship had come in. I wanted to get my husband something nice for always working so hard for us. I also thought it might soothe his pride. He'd made several comments about how he'd played the lottery for years and never won anything, but I played it once on a lark and won the jackpot. Ironic, he called it. He tried to play it off as a joke, but I could tell he was a little bitter. I tried to tell him that it didn't matter who bought the ticket. We were a team, but it didn't really help. He'd always wanted a sailboat, so I decided to go to the marina to look at some so I could surprise him with one. But when I got near the dock, I saw him already there, looking around, and not alone. Find out what happens next in Part 3. In shock, I hid behind a nearby wall and watched him looking at boats with a young, attractive blonde. Her face looked familiar, but I couldn't place it. When he left, I went to the last boat he'd looked at. Pretending interest, I told the owner I was thinking of buying it and asked if I had any competition. He said that in fact a young engaged couple had just been here but hadn't made an offer, so it was mine if I wanted it. I asked him to give me the day to think about it. I then left, went to a nearby bar, and cried. He was the love of my life. How could he do this to me? After all our years together? Was this because I won the money? Now that he was rich, did he want to upgrade? Or had he been cheating all along? Find out what happens next in Part 4. I wallowed in misery for an hour, then I decided to act. I did some research online and found out she was a co-worker at his job, and apparently she wasn't too bright. I found her online profile, and she'd posted pictures of them together going back 6 months. 6 months. Now I was pissed. I thought about outing them, but things would likely get messy. I wanted a clean break. 2 days later, I surprised him at home. I cooked his favorite dinner, steak and baked potatoes. I put on my best lingerie and told him I wanted to thank him for being the best husband in the world. After we'd eaten and celebrated, I gave him his final gift. Keys to the boat I'd bought. He was thrilled. I told him he was worth it and suggested he take it out for a spin with his boys. He quickly agreed. Find out what happens next in Part 5. That weekend, he left for his afternoon on the water. Unsurprisingly, his fiancée was with him. They were about half a mile out to sea when my husband finally went below deck. Unfortunately, I couldn't see below the deck from my hiding space, even with the binoculars I'd brought for the occasion. So I could only imagine the look of horror that crossed his face just before the boat exploded. The last thing I saw as the boat and its occupants sank beneath the surface was the name on the side of the boat. The name he'd always wanted. Freedom. My husband would have loved the irony. Follow for more horror stories.